States.
Increased vigor and aggressive posture throughout all its operations in the various theaters. This is coupled with the Chief of Defense Staff non-kinetic engagements across the country between 16th and 29th July 2021. Consequently, today's brief will entail a summary of our kinetic and non-kinetic activities in the various theaters across the country, which has yielded us attendant results. Now we look at Operation Hadarin Daji. The operational engagements within this period include clearance, search and rescue, as well as extensive air operations to dominate the airspace and provide close air support for our ground troops using various nav platforms available. These operations were conducted concurrently in different locations in the Northwest. Only incidents with significant results will be highlighted below. Within the period, own troops responded to distress calls of bandits and armed militia groups attacks on civilians at Hanutaru and Dansadao villages in Maruluku government area of Zamfara state. Along Gusau-Sokoto Road, troops also carried out rescue operations at Bakori in Bakori local government area of Katsina state, El Dabala village in Tangaza local government, and also Lamba, Bakura, Dogon Karfe Road, all in Sokoto state. Consequently, no fewer than 14 armed bandits were neutralized. A total of 36 kidnapped victims were rescued within this period, and troops also assisted one of the victims to a safe delivery of a baby during one of the encounters. Also, 7 AK-47 rifles, 6 motorcycles, assorted military and police uniforms, 6 vehicles, and 4 machetes, among other items, were recovered within the period. Also, a total of 24 criminal elements were intercepted and arrested within the period. These include 16 bandits, informants, and collaborators, and a notorious impostor by name Faisal Saidu, who paraded himself as Lance Corporal Saidu Abubakar. Furthermore, a total of 223 rusted livestock were recovered and handed over to their owners within the period. Now we look at Operation Hadin Kai. In the period, troops of Operation Hadin Kai conducted several land and air operations at different locations within the theater. These include robust clearance, ambush and road picket operations, as well as comprehensive air patrols to dominate the general area and frustrate terrorists who wander around causing mayhem. So also, several terrorists were neutralized within this period. Cumulatively, the operation led to the neutralization of about 16 Boko Haram and Islamic West African province terrorists, as well as 29 of them were arrested, while 40 civilians who were kidnapped were rescued. Furthermore, 11 Boko Haram terrorists and their families, comprising of 5 females, adults, and 12 children, were arrested at FOB Mayanti and Dara Jamel on the 15th of July 2021. Also, troops recovered 1 general purpose machine guns, 4 AK-47 rifles, several rounds of 7.62 mm special ammunition, and 1 belt containing 296 rounds of 7.62 NATO ammunition. Other items recovered include IED making accessories. Now a look at Operation Safe Haven. In Operation Safe Haven, troops conducted several kinetic and non-kinetic operations concurrently in Plateau, Bauchi, and Kaduna states. Within this period, troops responded to distress calls of armed bandit attacks on civilians, as well as incidents of kidnap, armed robbery, and farmland destructions. These operations were conducted at Angwanjaba and Wanrohogo village in Zango-Kata local government area of Kaduna State, Rafiki village in Basa local government area, as well as Kerang and Panyam villages in Mangu local government area of Plateau State. Other locations where some incidents were recorded include Penjum, Magamia villages in Zangon-Kata, Kaduna State. Other areas also include Godogodo district, Kafanchantam, Kiyaya village, all in Jama'a local government area, as well as Numbu in Sanga local government area of Kaduna State. Raid operations were also conducted on some Sarasuka members' hideouts and other criminal enclaves at Rikos and Gangara areas in Jos North local government area. Biembiem village and Daba village in Wasa local government area of Plateau State. Cumulatively, 7 bandits and 5 armed robbers were neutralized and several others escaped with gunshot wounds, while 12 others were arrested. A total of 12 assaulted rifles, a truckload of stolen railway tracks and sleepers were also recovered in the course of these operations. More so, a total of 17 kidnapped victims were also rescued from their abductors within the period. All the arrested criminals and recovered items have been handed over to appropriate prosecuting agencies for further necessary action, while the rescued victims have been reunited with their respective families. In a related development, peace and security meetings were also held in various parts of the state with community heads, youth leaders, and other relevant stakeholders. Troops have also continued to dominate the theater of operation with aggressive fighting and air patrols to deny criminal elements freedom of action within Operation Safe Haven theater of operations. Now a look at Operation Wild Stroke. Troops of Operation Wild Stroke within this period conducted several operations in different locations in Benue, Taraba, and Nasarawa states. These include foot and clearance patrol in various communities aimed at denying armed bandits and other criminal elements freedom of action and boosting confidence of locals as they go about their daily activities. Significantly, troops responded to distress calls on bandit attacks as well as youth clash over land dispute at Kiegba village in Takum local government area of Taraba State, and Ogundu village in Guma local government area of Benue State on 15th and 16th July 2021 respectively. Troops also carried out rescue operations at Utu village in Totu local government area of Nasarawa State and Sebaka village in Tenge local government area ward of Benue State. Troops also responded to incidents of Troops swiftly responded to incidents and forced the armed bandits to flee in disarray as well as brought the conflict situation under control. Cumulatively, troops recovered a total of 5 motorcycles, 3 pump actions, guns, and 1 locally made mortar tube, 6 Dane guns, 3 machetes, and 62 rounds of assorted ammunition. Similarly, 6 kidnappers were arrested and 12 kidnapped victims were rescued by the troops. The troops of Operation Wild Stroke have continued to dominate their own theater of operation with standing and fighting patrols to deny the criminals freedom of action and movement. Punch and Thunder Strike. Troops of Operation Wild Punch and Thunder Strike have continued to sustain picket operations on the highways, clearance patrol, fighting and confidence building patrols within its area of responsibility. Within the period in focus, troops provide security on Kaduna-Abuja and Kaduna-Birnin-Gwari highways and other vulnerable routes to deny armed bandits and militiamen, headsmen freedom of action, as well as deter other criminal elements freedom of action within the theater. Effectively, on the 18th of July 2021, armed troops tracked and arrested a notorious criminal named Mr. Simon Onandi. This criminal supplies military uniforms and accoutrement to militia gangs in parts of Benue and Taraba states. Troops also carried out operations at Angwamashaya in Mararabangaso, local government area of Taraba state, and also around Sabongaya village in Chikun, local government area. Within the period, a total of 2 Dane guns, 3 AK-47 rifles, 2 locally fabricated rifles, 3 motorcycles, 27 rounds of 7.62mm ammunition, as well as 16 livestock were recovered during the various operations. The arrested criminals and recovered items have been handed over to appropriate prosecuting agencies for necessary action, while rescued persons have been reunited with their families. Now a look at Operation Delta Safe. The troops under this operation conducted several anti-illegal, anti-crude oil, anti-illegal oil refining, anti-smuggling, and anti-militancy operations. These operations recorded significant successes in some locations. These locations include Isaka community in Okrika local government area, along Oyenda Creek in Andoni local government area, Alaba community and Cotton Channel, all in Rivers State. Other locations include Hununu Creek in Akasa community, Bayelsa State, Mada Creek in Warri South local government area, and Okubene community in Warri South local government area of Delta State. During these operations, troops discovered and immobilized illegal refining sites with a total of 27 ovens, 37 storage tanks laden with a total of 120,000 liters of illegally refined premium motor spirit, 80 liters of illegally refined automotive gas oil, and 1,100 barrels of stolen crude oil. Troops also arrested a wooden boat laden with 22,000 liters of DPKO or kerosene. 5 45 horsepower boat engines and 2 pumping machines were also recovered. The troops have remained on high alert and sustained intensive land, maritime, and air patrols to provide security for our critical maritime infrastructure within the area of responsibility. Operation Awatse. Troops Operation Awatse within the period in focus sustained operational tempo against economic saboteurs and other criminal elements within the southwest zone of the country. Significantly, on 20th July 2021, troops acting on credible intelligence carried a raid operation on criminals engaged in illegal oil bunkering activity at NNPC pipeline right-of-way at Shagamu Tollgate, Ogun State. During the raid operation, troops arrested 3 bunkerers with 8 vehicles containing 56 jerrycans of stolen premium motor spirit and other petroleum products. Similarly, on 24th and 25th July, troops simultaneously conducted routine patrols and sting operations at Arepo and Majibun communities in Lagos State to forestall pipeline vandals' activities and economic saboteurs. During the operations, troops arrested 3 vandals, including their spy named Mr. Bamidele from Ikotum area in Lagos State. The troops have also continued to dominate that area with land, maritime, and air patrols to protect Nigerian economic infrastructures. Now let's take a look. In a renewed effort by the armed forces of Nigeria to end the menace of indigenous people of Biafra and Eastern Security Network activities in the southeast zone of the country, own troops based on credible intelligence conducted a raid operation on the notorious camp of the group at Akpaofu community in Kano East local government area of Enugu State. A combined team of security operatives raided the camp and neutralized some of the members and recovered some arms and ammunition in the process. In another development, a new Eastern Security Network hideout at Ihiala in Anambra State, which is used in the production of explosives, was discovered and destroyed by the security forces. The troops of the armed forces of Nigeria within that zone have continued to maintain vigilance and dominate the zone with patrols to deter intending criminals. Non-kinetic activities. The Chief of Defense Staff, General Leo Irabo, has continued his consultations with retired senior military officers of the armed forces of Nigeria in the various geopolitical zones of the country, as a way of leveraging on their experience and feel their pulse on the security challenges in their local communities. Consequently, on the 19th July, the Chief of Defense Staff had a no-holds-barred interaction with retired senior officers from the Northwest Zone in Kaduna. Furthermore, on 22nd July 2021, he took the security parley to the southeast, which was held at Owerri, the Imo State capital. During both interactions with the retired senior officers, the Chief of Defense Staff assured the people of both zones of his commitment towards improved security in the country. He maintained that the retired senior officers are the most qualified in the matrix of peace and security of the nation. He also noted that having served and now live in the various communities, they know the misperception on the security challenges in the country. He encouraged them to see it as their responsibility to make stakeholders understand what is at stake in the quest for peace, security, and unity of our dear country. The Chief of Defense Staff further re-emphasized the dynamic synergy between the Nigerian military and other security agencies to address the security challenges in the country. Gentlemen of the press, from the updates so far, there is no gainsaying, as it is obvious that members of the armed forces of Nigeria and other security agencies are seriously committed and are working assiduously to fight all forms of criminality for the unity of our dear nation, and will not relent in our efforts to achieve sustainable peace in the country. The Military High Command commends the enormous sacrifices of our troops in the various theaters of operation across the country. The general public and to you members of the press community, you are highly appreciated and also encouraged to continue to support our efforts by providing credible and timely information that will facilitate our proactive engagement in the country. Once again, thank you for coming.